Vince McMahon has officially returned to the WWE. People want out. Some people might be coming back. Some potentially new signings. Is Vince McMahon really going to change the way things are in WWE? Obviously, there's a lot of questions going through people's head, and we're talking about it all in today's video. Things are about to get interesting. I want to kick things off with a huge update about WWE signing a top New Japan star, because there was a lot of rumors and speculation that it would be Jay White, but it actually appears that it could be Hikuleo. So yesterday we made a video talking about WWE having interest in top NJPW talent. Obviously, NJPW was setting up the loser leaves Japan match between Hikuleo and Jay White. And then, of course, all the rumors and speculation were that WWE was going after Jay White. And I thought, wow, this was a cool idea and all that good stuff. But actually, that doesn't seem to be the case, because according to Fightful Select, Sean Ross Sapp, they have reported that higher-ups within WWE have expressed interest internally in Hikuleo, and we're told this had been the word for months. So, while the ideas of Jay White coming into WWE are obviously exciting, Hikuleo is obviously not Jay White. Now, me personally, I'm not mad. I think this could be actually a good signing for WWE. It's probably not going to be a very expensive signing. It's probably not going to be a signing that takes away a lot from WWE's overall vision. Whether or not Hikuleo goes to NXT or Hikuleo goes to the main roster, I don't know. But I could see WWE putting Hikuleo in NXT. You got some crazy potential feuds with Dijak. Obviously, two big, strong guys like that going at it. And then obviously you have Braun Breaker, right? You have Grayson Waller. You have a lot of talent. Now you have Dragon Lee. Like, NXT is starting to, pop off with talent and signings. Obviously, the only way you're going to be able to do that is by going international and bringing in a whole bunch of talent from outside. Could be a really big move for WWE. Obviously, very interesting. I want to turn our attention to a very interesting story. Do you remember this man right here? If you watch wrestling, if you watch Major League Wrestling, you might remember EJ Nduka. Is it Nduka or Nduka? Nah, I might be pronouncing it wrong, but nonetheless, he was signed to WWE NXT, and then WWE did a whole bunch of releases. This man stayed committed to the craft. He went to Major League Wrestling, and then all of a sudden, there is this belief that WWE is interested in bringing him back. Dave Meltzer had reported that WWE has expressed interest in him as his MLW deal is expiring soon. Now keep in mind, this is somebody who was released barely on WWE television. This is somebody who barely was given a chance to even show what they can do. And this person went to MLW. EJ went to MLW and did some really cool shit. Now, it's also really important to mention AEW and New Japan are both reportedly interested in his services. But it sounds like Triple H is very keen on making this return happen. And if WWE gets in the mode, if they get in the mood and the mode and whatever else it may be, if they start bringing back certain talent that were underexposed, it could actually be a big win for WWE. And I think the reason why is because WWE's been in a situation where they need to promote fresh faces. And some of these people that are returning currently are people that were used. This could be a really, really good plot for WWE. It could be a really good move for Triple H, and more specifically, I think this could be a really good idea going forward for WWE, because if WWE were to bring him in, if WWE is reportedly interested, like Meltzer says, WWE will have to teach their audience who EJ Nduka is. And it's so much easier, by the way. I liked his NXT name. It was Ezra Judge. Cool name. It would be cool for WWE to just go back to that name, bring him in, start doing vignettes, start using him, start building programs. There's a ton of talent in NXT. There's a ton of talent on the main roster. This guy staying committed, did some big things, and he could be on his way back. But this is where things get really crazy, my friends, because we're talking about potentially new signings and returns. What about the talent that want to go? Because Vince McMahon, the reality is he's back in WWE. And I don't know, maybe I'm the only person shitting bricks right now, seeing as I cover pro wrestling. But I'm just going to be very real and honest with you guys. I don't know if we should expect a lot of change with Vince McMahon coming back. I could be wrong. Honestly, at the end of the day, Vince McMahon is just Vince McMahon. He kind of does whatever the fudge cakes he wants. But the realistic thing that we need to talk about here is that some people in WWE are already done with the company. In fact, there was a couple board of directors who had already decided that they were going to resign from their position. But also now, PW Insider has reported today that this news pretty much shocked everyone they have spoken with. But the feeling is that other than people in his inner circle, this took most people in the company by surprise, and there are obviously a lot of people wondering what's next. Now, what's very, very interesting, and this is just the truth, man. This is just the truth. Vince McMahon basically had a power play. With everything that went down since the original allegations, I think we all knew, if we're addressing the elephant in the room, I think we all knew that Vince McMahon at some point was going to come back. It's not shocking that Vince McMahon is coming back. I think it's more of this like effect, this trickle down effect that goes through your spine of knowing like, is it going to change? And this is where things get really interesting because now there's reports that people in WWE want out if Vince McMahon is back. But what is Vince McMahon going to change? What is Vince McMahon going to do? And then you got Tony Khan going on Twitter, which, by the way, normally I hate the Twitter shit. But Tony Khan did go on Twitter, and he's like, hey, all of a sudden in the last 24 hours, everybody's being nice to me backstage. Honestly, I thought it was kind of funny because, yeah, there's been a lot of talk about people who were unhappy in AEW and going to WWE, and it sounds like Tony Khan can make a joke out of it. And even if it's a little dig at himself and his company, he's able to do that. So at the end of the day, this is just where things get really interesting, really crazy. I don't know what 2023 is going to be like. Will WWE actually sell the company? Will Vince McMahon take the company privately? Is that something that can happen? Will Vince McMahon sell the company to a company that will he tank the company before selling it? Like, there is so many things. That is the craziest thing about this all. There is literally so many things that is happening right now in 2023, and we're only 6 days in. I can't imagine what it's going to be like talking about WWE in May, June, July. But I will tell you guys this much. Last few weeks, I've been enjoying AEW. Obviously, I've been enjoying WWE. I'm just hoping wrestling is good because at the end of the day, whatever happens behind the scenes, whoever's making money, not making money, I really don't care about. I care about the product and the product I review. So hopefully WWE and hopefully AEW could just put out the best desirable product. And that's all I got to say about it. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.